Confidence, one story at a time. What if the quietest children held the strongest roots of confidence? Roots we just haven't learned to water yet. Unlocking inner confidence in children. In a world that often equates confidence with extroversion, loud voices, bold gestures, relentless achievement, we risk overlooking the quiet, steady flame of inner confidence in children. Confidence isn't always charismatic. Sometimes it's simply the choice to try again after falling. It's found in moments when a child dares to speak, despite their trembling voice, or when they hold eye contact for just a few seconds longer than yesterday. True confidence is not performance, it's presence. It grows not in competitive pressure, but in compassionate understanding. As parents and educators, our role is not to inject confidence like a formula, but to cultivate it, like a garden, through warmth, patience, and belief. By reframing how we understand confidence, we open doors for every child to step into their self-worth on their terms, not ours. Especially for shy, introverted, perfectionist children, this reframing is a liberation, a chance to see themselves not as needing to fix their quietness, but to build upon it. Seeds of Tomorrow nurtures emotional resilience, helping children grow quiet confidence, inner strength, and the courage to bloom in their own time. Confidence as connection. What parents can do daily to support inner growth. Children don't build true confidence by being told they're the best. They build it when they feel seen, safe, and trusted, even when they're unsure, imperfect, or quietly figuring things out. As a parent, you have the power to shape the environment where confidence takes root, not through pressure, but through presence. Affirm effort over perfection. Praise the process, not just the product. You kept going even when that puzzle was tough. That's amazing. This teaches children that resilience and effort are worthy of pride, even more than results. Cultivate emotional literacy. Help children name their feelings. It sounds like you feel nervous. Do you want me to sit beside you? Giving emotional language empowers kids to articulate their experience and self-regulate. Model imperfection with grace. Let them see you make mistakes and handle them kindly. Oops, I spilled the juice. That's okay. I'll clean it up. Confidence grows when failure isn't feared but navigated with calm. Respect their rhythm. Not every child is bold or quick to speak. Give introverted or sensitive children space to unfold. You don't have to answer now. I know you're thinking. Empower autonomy in small choices. Let them choose their outfit or snack within safe boundaries. These moments build decision-making and trust in their own voice. Confidence isn't given to children, it's grown with them. When we lead with empathy, patience, and belief in their inner rhythm, we plant seeds of courage that will bloom for years to come. When confidence wobbles, restoring inner strength after setbacks, even the most quietly self-assured children will doubt themselves sometimes. The key is not to fix every problem, but to be the safe space where healing begins. Here's how caregivers can respond with sensitivity and wisdom. Hold space before offering solutions. Let them vent, cry, or withdraw without rushing to reassure. That really hurt, didn't it? I'm here with you. Your calm presence creates emotional safety. Normalize struggles as part of growth. Use your own stories of challenge. I remember messing up a speech once and feeling embarrassed too. Shared vulnerability helps children feel less alone in failure. Reframe mistakes as information. Gently shift the narrative. What do you think this experience is trying to teach you? This builds emotional resilience and turns setbacks into stepping stones. Avoid overcorrection or fixing. If a child is shy, don't push them to be outgoing. If they failed a test, don't jump to tutoring before processing emotions. First, Support emotional regulation before skill building. Affirm their worth, especially when they don't feel it. Make sure your love and belief in them are not conditional on performance. I love watching you grow, not just when it's easy. Children don't just need encouragement when they shine, they need it most when they stumble. The caregivers who sit beside them in those low moments help shape a belief more powerful than praise. I am worthy, even when I'm hurting. Confidence isn't one size fits all. Bold versus quiet expression. Children express inner strength in distinct ways based on temperament, sensitivity, and emotional wiring. Here's how confidence can show up and how to nurture it respectfully. Bold children, loud, quick, and expressive. These kids often seek attention, thrive in groups, and may be comfortable taking risks, but even boldness can mask insecurities. Confidence markers in bold children: initiative in play or conversation, willingness to try new things, comfortable expressing feelings aloud. Supportive parenting strategies. Channel leadership without pressuring performance. I love how you jumped in to help your friends. What do you think made you a great helper today? Teach emotional humility. Help them recognize when quieter peers shine too. Help them regulate impulsivity. Bold children benefit from modeling pause and reflection. Confidence includes self-awareness. Quiet children, observant, reserved, and reflective. These children process internally, may hesitate before joining, and flourish in one-on-one settings. Their confidence is rooted in depth, not volume. Confidence markers in quiet children. Thoughtful problem solving, deep listening, and emotional awareness. Comfort in solo activities. Supportive parenting strategies. Celebrate subtle achievements. You really noticed how your friend was feeling. That kind of care is amazing. Avoid labeling as shy too quickly. Say observant or reflective to give positive language to their style. Offer soft stage opportunities. Let them share ideas through drawing, writing, or private conversations before group settings. Confidence isn't always a cheer. It can also be a quiet nod, a thoughtful pause, or a gentle gaze that says, "I trust myself." As caregivers, we hold space for all forms of courage to blossom. Whether it roars or whispers, every child deserves to feel seen, valued, and safe in their unique way of being. Confidence in stillness. Reclaiming the quiet spaces of childhood. In the quiet moments, when a child stares out the window, builds alone, or simply lays on the grass, deep confidence has room to grow. These pauses are often dismissed as laziness or wasted time, but in truth, they're invitations to reflection, autonomy, and emotional depth. Stillness builds emotional presence. When children are allowed to be, without instruction or performance, they begin to trust their own inner rhythm. You might say, "You don't have to do anything right now, just rest." That's allowed. Boredom sparks creative autonomy. Boredom can feel uncomfortable at first, but it's the fertile ground for imagination. When children move past the urge for stimulation, they discover their own interests. Try saying, "Let's not rush to fill this space. What ideas are coming to you?" Avoid overscheduling and overstimulation. Too many lessons, screens, or adult-led activities can crowd out self-trust. Confidence grows when children learn to guide themselves, even in small ways. Create environments that invite solitude without isolation. A quiet corner, nature walks, unstructured materials, stones, fabric, pencils. These allow children to feel confident in their own company. Model inner peace and mindful pausing. Let them see you take breaks, observe silence, or choose simplicity. "I'm just enjoying the quiet right now. It feels good." Confidence has a slow pulse. Not all growth comes from action. In stillness, children meet themselves. In boredom, they begin to invent. In solitude, they discover that they are enough, even without applause. Confidence. Through storytelling, building identity and inner strength, stories connect children to others, to themselves, and to something timeless. In these moments, caregivers become narrators, witnesses, and collaborators in shaping how a child sees their journey. Tell stories that reflect the child's inner world. Share tales of characters who feel shy, curious, brave, or overwhelmed, mirroring their emotional landscape. Example: once, there was a little cloud that didn't want to float too high. She liked watching the flowers below. Invite the child to co-create stories. Let them name characters, choose plots, or imagine endings. This affirms their voice and creativity. For example, what should our quiet fox do next? Should she stay hidden or speak up? Weave in cultural and family narratives. Tell stories from your heritage, your childhood, or meaningful family moments. These roots build identity and emotional security. In the quiet afternoons of my childhood, we'd listen to the wind through the garden and imagine it was telling us stories passed down through time. Use storytelling to reframe tough experiences. Turn moments of failure or sadness into redemptive arcs. He was so nervous before the play, but he didn't give up. He just whispered his lines like raindrops. Celebrate different storytelling modes. Let children express stories through drawing, pretend play, dancing, or bilingual dialogue. Confidence grows when their imagination feels honored in all forms, not just words. Every child deserves a hero's lens. When we tell stories with a child, not just to them, we hand them the pen of self-narration. In those gentle, imaginative moments, they begin to write their own identity. I am brave, even when I whisper. I belong, even when I feel unsure. I matter, even when the world is quiet. Creative pathways to grow, confidence in children. These approaches turn self-discovery into a gentle adventure, embracing emotion, play, and philosophy in equal measure. Role-playing and imaginative scenarios. Encourage children to step into different roles. Quiet heroes, bold explorers, kind healers. Helps them experiment with identity and develop empathy and courage. Example: what would you do if you were a wise fox in a noisy forest? Emotion puppetry or felt board stories. Let them explore feelings through characters with different emotional journeys. Helps with emotional literacy, storytelling, and internal confidence. You can co-create bilingual puppets. One whispers in a soft voice. The other speaks boldly and brightly, mirroring the different ways children express confidence. Personal journals or emotion diaries. Even simple drawings or one-word reflections help children process experiences. You could encourage stickers, colors, or metaphor-based entries. Today felt like a gray cloud. Slow nature exploration. Confidence grows when curiosity is honored without rushing. Let them name trees, interview ants, build quiet rituals outdoors. This nurtures both autonomy and gentle wonder. Art that honors feelings. Instead of draw something pretty, say, draw how your heart feels today. What shape would it be? Validating emotional expression fosters self-trust. Confidence rituals, bedtime mantra. Today's quiet win, gratitude jars, rituals embed emotional strength. Simple repetition becomes powerful emotional scaffolding. Final thought. Confidence isn't loud, it's layered. It lives in whispered drawings, thoughtful pauses, and stories a child rewrites in their own voice. With every creative act, a child doesn't just express, they affirm, I am here, and I matter. Confidence grows in connection, the caregiver's quiet magic. From every shared glance, every bedtime whisper, every moment of deep listening, confidence is woven not just through what we say, but how we love. Children bloom when they feel rooted in safe connection. Validation without condition. Let them feel worthy always, not only when they achieve. I love watching you grow, even when it's messy. Rituals that reinforce belonging. A special handshake, a nightly mantra, a shared tea. These gentle repetitions become anchors of security. This is our little moment. You're always safe here. Boundaries with compassion. Confident children are those who know where limits are and that they're set with love. I'll always protect your space. That's part of being strong together. Confidence begins as a whisper inside a child's heart. It's shaped by stillness, sparked by stories, strengthened in setbacks, and sealed in love. At Seeds of Tomorrow, we believe that every child, loud or quiet, bold or tender, deserves to grow with dignity, safety, and soul, and the caregivers who walk beside them. They are planting forests of hope. Please consider following Seeds of Tomorrow and subscribing to the channel. It's where gentle wisdom meets purposeful storytelling. Every like, comment, and share helps us reach more hearts and plant more seeds of emotional growth. See you in the next video.